Race and gender in the workplace, it can be complicated, but our next guest saw a lack of resources, particularly for women of color starting out in the workforce, and they decided to do something about it. Founders of Let's Vibe, Diamond Greer and Karen Spears, are helping women shatter glass ceilings everywhere. Welcome, ladies.
Hi.
I'm so glad that you're here because this is a big deal, something that I've experienced personally. I think other women and women in general, women of color, have experienced as well. Tell me how you started Let's Vibe and what it does.
Yeah, so Diamond and I actually met in high school as caddies on the golf course.
Oh, wow.
And we've had a big sis, little sis relationship ever since. And we would come back from school and college and there's no space for us. And when we say us, it was no space for us to connect authentically with other women in our community. So we created Let's Vibe.
Nice. Did you all go to high school in the area?
Yes.
Where?
So I went to St. Ignatius.
Okay.
And I went to Mother McCauley High School.
Oh, wow. Okay, nice. Two Chicago schools there.
Yeah.
So tell us the focus of Let's Vibe.
So the focus of Let's Vibe is really providing women across different industries with the opportunity and the platform to really connect and develop together. And we do that through events, through workshops, and also through our Pause program. Okay. And our Pause program is a cohort-based, holistic program that helps women really to build authentic connections, activate their clarity, and really practice transformative thinking. And so it's a really great space for just women all across the board to be a part of.
So what kind of tangible things are you doing? Because this is more than just a social thing. This is more than just hanging out and hearing some inspirational talk. You guys actually are working with these women. Can you share a few more details?
Yeah, so Karen, do you want to give an example?
Yeah, it starts off with our events and workshops. So if you want to be introduced to Let's Vibe community, come to one of our events. Our first event of the year is New Year, New Vibe. And that's where you get to really understand what it is we do and see people in our community. And from there, you get to engage in our other workshops and programming that we have throughout the year, be it our, Pause program that we're kicking off this year.
Let's vibe. It's a vibe, huh?
It's a vibe.
It's a vibe. And tell us about some of the accomplishments that you guys have actually had. This is working.
Yeah. So we've gotten women hired, which is our favorite. We love the hire
stories.
Yes, money in the bank. We definitely love the fact that we're able to help women start businesses. We help many women start businesses, as well as find their partners, their co-founders, their ride or dies. They're people who can really sponsor them and mentor them in the workplace and outside of such. So whether you want to achieve a goal in your personal life or your business or your career, Let's Vibe is here for you. And so we just built up an incredible community. We've got people from lawyers to bloggers to people in finance to people who are making their first $1 million in their businesses this year. So it's just really great.
Oh, it's so exciting.
Yeah, it's really
because
fun.
we as women, we're not always involved in the power-making decisions, the funding decisions. And so now you're creating that space where you can share in those resources, which is pretty awesome.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, Diamond and Karen, they've helped many women get on a path to their goals, and we have one here today. Let's welcome filmmaker Colette Guneem. Hello. How are you?
Good, thank you.
Yes, thank you for joining us. So you first started working with Let's Vibe. What things did you feel that you were lacking? Why did you feel like you needed to kind of collab with them?
So I'm a filmmaker. I studied abroad in Egypt, and that's where Diamond and I were together a lot of the time. We met at
cool.
Northwestern. And while I was there, I was working on a film about sexual harassment. And when I came back to Chicago, I didn't understand how to get into the film industry in Chicago specifically. And I was staying at home for like 6 months, living in the suburbs with my parents, and I didn't know how to get involved. So through Let's Vibe, I was able to meet my mentor and meet my first employer, actually, at their first New Year, New Vibe event, which is like a major event. So that was extremely helpful for me, and that was definitely like the catalyst to my career in film. So they have definitely been like my main support. Yes.
I love it, a success story right here. That's what it's about, connecting. What barriers do you find that women of color end up facing?
So I feel like there's a lot of barriers for women of color in the workplace, specifically for the film industry.
Yes.
It's very difficult to find representation. Having women of color on crews and like on set is very hard. So that's been something that's been difficult. And then also having sponsors available for you to learn from. As women of color, it's important for us to be lifting each other up, and if we don't have that in our spaces, then we will stay in our same position. So getting sponsors in the workplace is very important
For sure.
Yeah.
And we talked about like the workshops and things that you guys offer, but also having someone that looks like you to be able to say, good job, girl.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like
Right.
seeing that inspiration. And that's actually what you're doing now, Colette. After going through the program, now you're a mentor?
Yes. So through Let's Vibe, I was very inspired, and now I've created a branch organization, I guess, called Mescla Media Collective, which is specifically for women of color in film. So we're able to provide opportunities to work on crews, to be hired, and also just meet other women to collaborate with specifically in film. So they've definitely been an inspiration for me to create this new organization as well.
Yeah, and ladies, just tell me, who's the prime candidate for something like this? This isn't just millennial women, it's all women, I'm assuming. Who do you want to come join this group?
All women are welcome. So for us, we found that our core are the women that are 0 to 6 years into their career. And then we've also found it to be spanning across that, where women that just want to be a part of a community that enables them to, one, validate their dreams, two, validate
You
their
said a mouthful.
existence, their identity, their presence, and to be able to know that regardless if you are 18, 25, 35, 65, that if you want to transition and make a career transition, or you have an idea that you want to get off the ground, if you just want to connect with like-minded women, this is the space for you. So let's vibe while we focus on particular types of individuals when it comes to their goals, right? Whether they want to start a business or whatever they want to do in their life. We enable everyone to design the lives that they want to lead. And
Okay.
so it's for you. It's
Where
for
do I
everyone.
sign up?
Yes. Yes.
Where do I sign up?
It's a
I love
vibe.
it. For more info on Let's Vibe, head to their website at www.letsvibe.org. And for more info on Colette, head to ColetteGunim.com.